All right, so in a game where Oklahoma City in the first half was completely abysmal and quite frankly played the way that Minnesota did the first two games, comes out in the second half, overcomes a 29-point deficit, and wins the game against Memphis, 114-108, getting the opportunity to have a 3-0 series lead, which so far to this date, we haven't seen a team overcome it. It's insurmountable. It's a hard lead to overcome. Oklahoma City gets 3-0 series lead. They have a chance on Saturday to close it out, get the sweep before even some teams get an opportunity to play their third game. Hashtag Houston and Golden State. But today we got to talk about this game for the Oklahoma City Thunder because I think it's important. I think there was a lot of great things as a Thunder fan that you could take from this game and being able to see how this team is able to fight back. So jump in the comments below. Let me know what your guys' thoughts were about the Oklahoma City Thunder's win 114-108 over the Grizzlies, because I got to tune into a couple Grizzlies spaces over on the Xbird app. And let me tell you, Grizzlies fans were in full meltdown on Thursday night, and rightfully so. Like, at one point, they were the second seed in the West. It felt like, at this point, false hope for them, right? They were the second seed in the West. A lot of people were wondering, could this be a team that could challenge OKC in the conference finals? They slipped through a couple games in the final stretches of the season and now end up as the 8th seed playing Oklahoma City, and it's not even a competitive series. I mean, in the first game, you get blown out by 50 or so points. In the second game, again, it never felt like the game was in doubt. And then in the third game, where Memphis finally was starting to put together the shots, they were starting to put together the defense to make Oklahoma City uncomfortable, they could not keep it together for the entire duration of the game. Now, you can say losing Ja Morant had an impact on that, but I don't think losing Ja Morant was as big of an impact as some people are going to make it out to be. So Oklahoma City wins this game 114-108, and it was a tale of two halves. In the first half, Oklahoma City was playing some pretty bad defense. Like, they were allowing the Grizzlies to have the easy and open shots. You saw Oklahoma City playing uncharacteristically compared to what they were over the past couple of days in this series, where they were turning the ball over. They weren't hitting shots. And this kind of came off of SGA actually kind of having a good first half, which makes you wonder, does SGA just need to have bad games all the time for Oklahoma City to be able to step up and win the games? Because you've seen other guys on this team step up when other teams dedicate more resources to SGA. But this is kind of where I want to start talking about some of the great things that we saw in this game, even outside of Oklahoma City's historic comeback in this game, because I think there's been a lot of conversation this season about, for Oklahoma City to achieve their goals of winning a championship this year, you need Chet Holmgren and you need Jalen Williams to step up in the playoffs and be second and third options when SGA is obviously struggling. And so far this series, we've seen SGA kind of struggle a little bit, right? Hasn't really found this groove like he had the whole regular season. And a lot of that, credit to Memphis, is the defense they are playing on him. They are making it a little bit comfortable. They are daring other people to beat them. They're just daring the wrong people to beat them. They're daring Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams, who I think, although he didn't make the All-Star game this year, Chet Holmgren, in my opinion, is an all-star. Jalen Williams is an all-star. And this is a big three for Oklahoma City. And so you look at Chet Holmgren only having 1 point in the first half and then coming out in the second half having 23 points. Going out there and knocking down 5 threes in the second half. Being a sharpshooter. Like, that's what you need from Chet Holmgren. You need Chet Holmgren to be able to go out there and grab you, 15 to 20 points a game in the playoffs, grabbing you 8 boards. Although he didn't have the blocks, Chet Holmgren made his defense felt on the defensive side of the ball in the second half. Jalen Williams shooting 9 of 16 from the field, 6 of 10 from the free throw line, getting 6 rebounds overall, 26 points, 2 steals, and 5 assists. He just did it all. Jalen Williams did it all, and you need that continue to happen. And when you go back and you look at the performances that J-Dub and Chet have had to start the playoffs, Jalen Williams, 26 points, 24 points, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 6 rebounds, 6 rebounds. He has been highly consistent, and you need that from Jalen Williams. Chet Holmgren, 24 points, 20 points, 19 points. You can pair that with SGA potentially getting 30 a night. It's going to be really hard to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in a 7-game series, and they proved it last night because although they had a slow start to the half, they were able to come out into the second half, make the adjustments that they needed to, slow down, calm down a little bit, go out there, get open looks. They opened up the floor for Chet by starting off the half by getting him involved. And then ultimately, they ended up getting Memphis back to what they were doing in the previous 2 games, making the turnovers, giving them, these looks at the basket, but making them hard looks at the basket. And ultimately, you saw Jaren Jackson, in the first half, taking advantage of a smaller guard on him, backing him down. But then in the second half, Jaren Jackson does this thing, which makes absolutely zero sense. And from a coaching standpoint, Memphis has to fix this. But Jaren Jackson is starting to back down a smaller guard on him and doesn't back him down to the basket, but instead takes a hook shot halfway in. Oklahoma City was causing Memphis to make mental mistakes like this. And then you look at situations like Zach Edey not playing the defense that he should on Isaiah Hartenstein, letting Hart take floaters in the thing like that. Those are the kind of mistakes on the coaching side that you're seeing Memphis make that maybe if they had a little bit more tenured of a coach, they wouldn't be making at this point in time. And Oklahoma City made those second half adjustments that take advantage of the Memphis Grizzlies' weaknesses. And so you look at this and you said this was the one game that was in reach, even without Ja Morant, that the Grizzlies should have won. And you wonder, as a Memphis Grizzlies fan, how are they going to show up on Saturday for this game, knowing there's a good potential shot they are getting swept. There's a good potential chance here they are getting swept in this series on Saturday. And Oklahoma City, they're going to get the rest before they have to take on a Clippers or a Nuggets team, where you hope that series goes 6 or 7 games and, those teams are worn down. But for Oklahoma City, this is, I feel like, a game that you kind of needed. You did not need to coast through the series. You needed to face a little bit of adversity before you have to face a ton of it in the next series. Because I don't think it's good to just run through the playoffs as a young team without battling adversity before you get to the conference finals or the NBA finals. Because that's the last place you want to experience adversity for the first time. But the Oklahoma City Thunder, they go out here, they take care of business, come back from 29 points down. Historic comeback. And the story of the night is SGA kind of found himself a little bit, even though in the second half he kind of faded a little bit more. But Oklahoma City did what they needed to win this game. And that's really what this comes down to. Oklahoma City is clearly the best team in the league. Now they just need to continue to take this experience that they're gathering in the playoffs, learn from these mistakes, because you can't have a slow start against the Denver Nuggets or a Minnesota Timberwolves or a Clippers team. You can't do that. You have to be consistent. And so far, outside of the 2 quarters at the beginning of this game, Oklahoma City has been a pretty consistent team. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys have not already, make sure you guys hit that like and you guys hit that subscribe button. Catch y'all next time.